for today's episode, I want to take a minute to talk about something that's been on my mind. I want to talk about a myth. And that myth is that negative people are toxic people. Now, negativity can mean different things to different people. I know it means something to me, it means something probably a little bit different to you. So I'm going to talk about what characteristics of a negative person are, and then talk about the characteristics of a toxic person and see if they actually are one and the same. Gotta roll up my sleeves for this episode. You know, a couple episodes back, I put out that episode called Only Positive Energy. And I love that episode. That was such a great episode. But in that episode, I talked about how I was going to be really positive from here on out, that I was going to swap out lenses and how I view the world. And that's not going to change. I'm still going to remain positive. Okay, make your funny face. Is that your funny face? That's pretty funny. I'm so sorry the audio is going to be a little windy. Look at those clouds. Those are the best time-lapsing clouds.
My life is one design.
See, I believe that there are two types of negative people. Here are the characteristics of one type. They're slow to offer praise. They're slow to accept results too quickly. They're slow to give 2 thumbs up under any circumstances. They recognize the effort that was put into creating something, but not necessarily the results that came from doing something. They don't tell people what they want to hear, ever. They're not here to make someone feel good about themselves. They're not here to make someone feel warm and fuzzy inside. They don't live in a vacuum, and they recognize the need for community and collaboration. That it's not a solo effort to create something beautiful. Oftentimes it depends on working with other people and having good relationships with other people. So those are characteristics of type 1. And they don't sound too bad, they actually sound quite positive. But those are different characteristics than what I would say are conventional positive characteristics. A positive reinforcement is someone who wants to make someone feel good about what they're doing. And positivity doesn't always cultivate the environment where one will subject themselves to learning the harder lessons. So if you're always remaining positive, you're less likely to push yourself further and harder in a direction to achieve better results or to do what you need to do. Sofia's right there doing soccer. Isn't that cute? I'm so proud of you, Sofia. Keep it up. You're doing great. All right, characteristics of a type 2 negative person. These are people who do live in a vacuum. These are people who are mean-spirited. These are people who would rather derail your efforts to do something than to encourage you to do something. They are jealous of other people's successes and wins. They leech off of other people who are accomplishing and reaching their goals. They'll leech off of those people instead of forging their own path and working towards their own goals. These are people who don't want anyone else to succeed. These are the characteristics of the type 2 negative person. And those characteristics are a lot different than the type 1 characteristics. There's a huge difference. And those type 2 characteristics, I think, are toxic people. Those are negative people that in some form willingly choose that type of behavior, the type 2 behavior, and they just spread it out like a disease. They're like poisoning the well, and those people have no room. The best thing to do with toxic people is to end working relationships with them. Those aren't the people you should be collaborating with. Those aren't the type of people that are going to help you achieve your goals.
I have a competition in me. I want no one else to succeed. I hate most people.
My life is one design.
I don't really know how to end this little monologue. This is definitely a larger conversation than just a couple minutes I'm spending here today. Positivity has its place. Negativity from the type 1 characteristics has its place. And I, by default, am a negative person. And I like to think that I'm part of that type 1 characteristics, and I'm not a toxic person. It would devastate me if I found out that I was a toxic person. I have empathy for almost every single person. I love seeing what everyone's doing. I love seeing that people are actually making something and then they're building something with their hands. That's what I love the most. So just because I can't appreciate the art, I can appreciate the efforts to create the art. And that's my level of positivity. And that's what I can do.